And welcome back to Crypto Hulk program. Oh my God. I got a show date. June 16, 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific. Tentatively. We are going to have, I'm not going to tell you who. I guess I'm not supposed to advertise it. So I'm not going to tell you who's going to be on, but we're going to have a tech company June 16th, 2026, 1 o'clock p.m. And I can't officially talk about it, but the people that are in the $200 group and the $500 group, I will discuss with you who's going to be on the show, and that's for show, and what I'm doing to position myself in preparation. They are going to release some big news. Oh man, Crypto, just tell us right now. Nope, not telling, definitely not telling. Crypto Bat writes it down. June 16th, 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific. Mikey Gilbert, don't be a snitch. Don't let loose lips sink ships, Mikey. I got a treat for all of you. It's Fart Chain CEO. How did you guess? I'm there, says Crypto Bat. I'm telling you what. Let me tell you. This person, this CEO, now, this is all tentatively. This is not 100%. This is all tentatively. That's like a big possibility. It's a big possibility. It's not set in stone. Is it White Teeth? Oh. Is it the dead Ondo CEO? Well, then we'd have to bring him back to life again. So I guess that'd be a little bit tricky even for Crypto Hulk. Zebec partners with Google. Yes, we're going to be going over that today. That is the star of the show, that particular article. I'm not going to tell you who the real one is. Now, here's what's cool. This CEO was going to be on last Thursday. I guess they had to cancel. Then I got bummed out. I was like, oh, poor Crypto Hulk. Oh. But then I heard the reason for the cancel was because this person has major news to bring. Then I'm like, oh, so my frown turned upside down. Like that. I found out that the CEO decided not to go on so that they could wait a couple weeks and then announce something very big on the Crypto Hulk show. Oh, man. Yeah, now here's the problem. Is it the Bride of Chucky? Brian, how do you know who's going to be on the show? Like, who told you? So, wait a second here. Okay. Yeah, I just got word just now that John Knapp says, Hulk, you made it. Oh, man, I've already been here for 6 years. Well, we are proud of you. Keep it up. We don't quit. We accumulate. You made it, Hulk. You know, I've never had a real, I've never had a real CEO on the program. I met a crypto CEO, a couple of them, the Caleb and Brown, and then that company got bought by SwiftX. Then I met that CEO. And those two companies And the CEO for Kevin Brown still works inside of SwiftX, so he's still very much there. He went from, I guess, being like owner, founding CEO to he has some position. I don't know his exact position, but I'm sure he's like some kind of an advisor. You know, all these crypto companies that we go over, they got advisors. The good ones have advisors, collaborators, and all these things. 18 emails. Here's Michael Gilbert. He had to go through 18 different emails on this channel and debit cards, and he's still here after 5 years. Look, they don't want you to know all the stuff on my who's ever doing all this wants you broke. Those people, like myself and Mikey Gilbert and these other people, Stu Lavelle has been here probably from almost fucking day one. 1970 legend and Stu Lavelle and all of you that have helped make this channel support when I lost a channel. And then I had some of these guys like Stu Lavelle in 1970 carrying this fucking channel. This is the first time I'm ever going to have a CEO on here. It's pretty cool. Now here's the problem. This has got to be a recorded program. I know. It's not going to be the same Crypto Hulk. I know. I was told that their legal department has to make sure nothing is said about this deal any more than what he's going to say. Sometimes people like I don't know who might have slipped out something, but this I was told is going to be a recorded show, and it's going to be 1970 legend. Long time ago here, I broke into crypto watching you. Interesting. Yeah, the 1970 legend guy. It says 36 months. He's been on here like 4.5 years, maybe 5, somewhere in there. These guys are still here. And a lot of you that don't come, a lot of you guys don't communicate or something. You guys are still here, and hopefully you purchase memberships, you know, because I mean, YouTube just has destroyed my viewership and stuff. And so I got to try to find convenient ways to make money. Obviously, I mean, I could go back to work, and I'm actually moving back to Sacramento here in probably 4 or 5 months. So maybe September, October-ish, November. I got to beat the snow, because if you move during the snow time, fuck, man. And you can't go through the mountains with snow, and it's just unreal. That's a whole nother subject. But we can use ZBCN for hookers below and midget entertainment. Sounds about right, Stephen Morris. We'll have like midget strippers at the Crypto Hulk Now That We're Rich Club. I think not. They'll have to be wearing some kind of bathing suit. And then we could have midget throwing contests. Deuce Keller, member for 25 months. 2024 crypto explosion. Appreciate that. YouTube, man, I'll tell you what. I'm not trying to get numbers. I'm just letting you know. I'm trying to do the right thing with the right information and make sure the right people find it. I should have 1 million followers on this fucking channel, and I don't, and that's fine, because I'm not going to change. I'm going to keep putting out deep dive information like I always do. I do have I'm phasing out the $500 membership. So if you have it, I'll let you run that out, of course. But when that's done, somebody tried paying me $500. I say, hey, send it back, dude. Get it, take it back, because I'm not trying to do that shit anymore. It's just better. We have a new plan. It's a $200. You're able to call me a couple times a week. You know, if it's a shorter phone call and stuff like that, we keep it business. Then I can talk to everybody. There's time where I can talk to people. You're not going to get cheated out of time or nothing like that. I can handle the amount of customers. I don't have a whole lot of customers, but I can handle them all. Some of you guys need to start calling Crypto Hulk. So many people on the $500 call. I think it's been like a month or something since somebody's called me. So let's get squared away, because you need to keep up. Shit happens, you guys. This isn't going to stay. I told you years ago, Crypto Hulk Show will change as we get closer to all this. And I told you that when I was living back in the mountains back in 2024. I think it was. I started saying that to you guys. Like, I knew something was coming like this. And now I have this $200 club. I can personally help prepare you for what's to come. And there's cool stuff. I'm telling the $500 or the $200 people now, we're getting ready for that interview. Now, it's going to be on the 16th. I know it's not going to be live. At least that's what I was told. Because, again, the lawyers have to make sure this CEO doesn't say anything that's going to let the cat out of the bag. So I'm not going to do any conspiracy things. What I think we can do now is I need to come up with some questions. I think I'll wait about another week or so. But yeah, if you're a $200 member or $500 member, you can ask me questions. You can shoot me a text, say, hey, Crypto Hulk, I think we should ask this. And then I can write it down. The $500 and the $200 people, you'll know. I'll tell you who exactly is going to be on the show. And we can come up with questions and some special strategy stuff. We got Short Bus Gus. Now, that's an interesting name. Right on, Short Bus Gus. Appreciate that. The Zebec credit card. Let's get into, my name is Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor. Timbo says, congrats, Hulk. Holding your morals and values has paid off. Yeah, look, some people, I don't understand. They have a problem with me trying to make money. I'm going to show you how to make $1 million, $5, $10, $100 billion, but I'm not allowed to make any. Okay. Crypto Hulk, you used to sit on the couch. Yeah, now I want a fucking seat out near the beach, man. Why do you feel you have the right to tell me how to live my life? You need to go watch midget porn and just enjoy the finer things in life, okay? I can go back to working at Sac County Probation. I'm sure I could pull in $180,000 a year easy, okay? Institutional level supervisor and shit. I'm sure the starting pay is $130, $140, and with some overtime, I could easily be at $180, $200 grand. So I could, and those are set hours, you know. Then I can get all the benefits from that vacation. I can rack up time and take off. I could take 3-4 weeks off. I can't do that in this job. So this job's limited, and that's why I appreciate when people are getting memberships, or the Short Bus Gus and the Timbo and the Pat _85, give him 5 minutes. This just tells YouTube. This is what it tells YouTube right there. Like, I'm going to be successful on this channel. Not as huge of a financial success, but you see, I'm not going to try to make YT happy. That's not going to fucking happen. I'm going to deep dive and show you guys the truth, and they're going to continue to shadow ban me like they have for 6 years, and that's just how my fate is on this fucking platform. So I appreciate every single person that keeps this channel going, financially incentivizes me, and then people that get the memberships, now I can teach you very quickly. It's not going to take you a year to figure this shit out. You get a membership, and you'd be surprised in about 3 months how much you can fucking learn from Crypto Hulk, okay? All the dumb shit you were taught, you're going to learn, oh, wow, that's not even true. I'm like, no. Why don't you do this, Crypto Hulk? Because I don't do that dumb shit. Like the other person you were watching, I don't do that dumb shit. That's why YT cannot stand. That's why a lot of people, they can't see how to join because YT's terrified, okay? And I need to know what people, you can contact me on Twitter and my X. Here's Twitter and X. And send me screenshots. What year phone do you have? Like a 2022 Apple, whatever. And this is what it looks like, Crypto Hulk. When I click on the membership stuff, nothing shows up. Or the only thing it shows is $6.99. Show me that. And I will send it off. I will keep sending it off to YouTube. Twitter X. Let me get my thing for that. I am not going to sell out and do dumb shit like BitBoy, and some people claim he scammed everybody, and I'm not going to comment on that. And then some people claim the run guys and all these. I don't know about all these people. I don't watch them. Some people say they're scammers. They are. I have no idea. I'm not making a statement. They're going to get all butthurt and try to sue me and shit. So, but then all the blow and the coke that I do, and I give a disclaimer. It's the drugs, man. Water. Here is my Twitter X. If you want to get a hold of me and show how YouTube keeps trying to fuck me over, I really should get the law firm on this. That's what I really should do. Make a couple million, then we could have a really fucking proper party. You know what I mean? I'll get like a certain amount of people at the party. I can't have thousands of people at this party, so I'm gonna have to limit it to like 500 or something, or 300 people. And then we got to do background checks to make sure I don't get fucking criminals in there. Of course, there won't be a drug test because I'd flunk my own rules. I wouldn't even be allowed in my own party. Okay, YSN. Wait, already. YSN's already a member. Live the Dream Hulk. Right on. Hulk, thanks for paying it forward, says Robert Bobby Driscoll. Then we got Garrett in here. Thank you very much, Garrett, there, buddy. Then we got the Pat 80_85. We got Thomas Sparks is a member now. Jay Dre, Gator Squatch, Bruce Banana, and MCon22. Those people got memberships. Now, let us go here to the first article. Let's go to this article right here. Let me find it with Zebec. Oh, Zebec. We got some Zebec in the news, and I got a deep dive for yous. Let me look right here. Okay, this is on X. Now, there's somebody called ZBCN-man with a little TM trademark by it. So he has an X, whoever this person is, has an X page, and they were showing Simon at Simon's post. So here's Simon from Zebec. I just want you guys to see what he looks like. Not that I can't say anything, but I just want you to see this guy's picture, okay? But I'm not going to comment on why. But you'll find out in the future. So on this guy's X post, we got Simon here. Simon_LBN. London, England. I'm going to follow him. I'm now following Simon. He has a post here. And here's the picture of that post. Simon posted that he had a meeting today at Google. Let's take a little look, shall we? Simon says what? Simon says, so there is a picture of Google and a little phone booth, a red phone booth, and it appears to be at a Google office. I would take it's the London office. CryptoHawk, you're a fucking investigator. He says, productive day with the team at Google. Oh, and he's not allowed to say any more than that. But yeah, if you want to follow Simon, Simon says follow Simon. One last time, here's Simon's page. Let me try to find that thing right there. Alrighty then. Or let's do this. Let's do this. Let's ask some questions. Let's just say we were going to have the ZBCN guy on the show. Let's just say we were, because I'm not saying we are. I want to make that very clear. This is just a dream list here. That's simply all we're doing. I'm not admitting to anything. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm not saying anything because I'm just so discombobulated on 500 different kinds of drugs. What questions would we ask Mr. Simon? Okay, let's just say in an imaginary world, we're going to have Simon on the show. What questions would we ask him? Question number one. I'm taking notes. Questions for Simon. And let's just say June 16th at 1 p.m. Now, this is my official record. This is how I keep records. This is very high tech. This method of record keeping has been done by the best for about 100 years. Ed 105, boys, for Chucky's driver. Thanks, Hulk. Okay, I will give that to Chucky's driver. Simon, why did ZBCN choose the Solana chain? Why did Zebec choose the Solana? Okay, that's an interesting question. I will give these to, well, I can't tell you who because that would give it away. But I will give this to somebody and they will review these questions just because they want to. Still not admitting anything at all. Okay. ZBCN credit card release. Okay, that's a good one. Zebec credit card release with question marks, like a new one. And I'll put in their benefits. Number 3 question. Will Zebec be part of the ISO Ask him to explain the tokenomics and how it's deflationary. Explain ZBCN tokenomics What I will do is I will take a picture of this front and back and then send it to a special somebody, and then they can get these questions typed out. And I can't say any more than that, just because, yeah, that's why we're doing it, just because. Okay. How many non-disclosed? I don't think he's going to be able to answer that one. The legal team is going to, I already suggested something like that. Okay, let me go through these questions. If Stevie ZBCN says, if Zebec hits $1, I'll throw a huge party in New York. I'll be there, Stevie, with some Wagyu, and you're buying the Wagyu. And we'll grill it right there. Will ZBCN take over ADP? Okay, that's an interesting one. Zebec take over ADP. AD Pizzle. That's for shizzle. Simon, how does the Solana upgrade benefit? Okay, we already talked about the Solana with that. Will ZBCN, wait a second here. Ask him how much ZBCN could benefit after the Clarities Act. Clarities Act passage, period. How will affect ZBCN future? Okay, I got 6 questions so far. What would be your number one goal in this new crypto space? Zebec's goal in a regulated space. How about that? Now we got 7 questions. What's the long-term product ZBCN is building that you believe competitors won't be able to replicate? Oh, nice. Long-term projects. Are any light years ahead of competition? Yeah, just how we went over the XYO crypto, XYO Oracle, they're like 6 or 7 years ahead of their competition. Oh, that's why I told you guys about that XYO shit, because they're that far ahead. Nobody can fucking touch XYO. It's a little company now. It has a niche, a very niche space that it's working in, like DPIN kind of thing. And the nearest competition's 6-7 years away. So that's a good solid crypto right there also. What would be your number one goal in the crypto? What's the long-term product? Okay. Has ZBCN been integrated into WorldCoin wallet? Oh. Hopefully this other person can read my writing. Stevie ZBCN says Zebec has to be hooked up behind the scenes already. They also have zero competition. Oh, that's what we like to hear, everybody. Oh shit. That's what you want. You don't want this. You don't want a crypto. There's all like 3, 4, 5 options. You want a crypto like XYO or maybe Zebec where there is no competition. That's fucking brilliant. First mover advantage. You know what happens? You can monopolize this shit. When there's only one, if Zebec is the one in its use case and it has no competition, that's a monopoly, and that's how you make crazy, insane money. All right. Any Canton relationship? Okay, Stu Lavelle's question. What and who What started Zebec? Why start Zebec? Who started Zebec? What was the initial goal? What was the reason to start it? Okay. Okay, I'm going to, I've got enough questions here. We got about 11. I'm going to send this off to a special somebody I'm not going to talk about. It's a secret. You'll have no idea who I'm sending it to. And let's go ahead and start. My name's Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. I don't know anything about crypto. I don't know anything about financial advice. What I do know is how to use serious drugs: heroin, black tar, chiva, opium. I do all these drugs every day, all the time, constantly slamming heroin into my veins, constantly. I put it inside of a spoon. I heat it up. I draw it in through a hypodermic needle. I wrap a syringe around my, or wrap a thing around my arm, inject it in there. I use me and Chucky and Zoltar, we all share the same needle. Okay. I have been high for the past 6 years, every day, super high. I've been kicked out of 5,000 drug rehabs in the past 6 years. I'm usually in 2 drug rehabs every day and get kicked out. Okay. Let us go to the Zebec. Now, I'm just going to read real quick, do a little deep dive on Zebec. The article here, Simon shows the London Google. That's what I gave to the AI to investigate. Now, this ties in to Zebec's. Here we go. Now we're getting into the deep dive. This is getting interesting with Zebec here. The photo ties in directly into Zebec's positioning for real-time payroll rails. Now remember, Zebec is a stellar partner, integrated. Zebec is a Ripple partner, integrated. Zebec is going to be a force to be reckoned with. This thing's going to be 5, 10, 20, 30, 50 bucks maybe. You guys have got 1 million of it. You'll be glad I told you to do that, okay? Be like, fuck, dude, Crypto Hawk, that was the best advice I've been ever given. This ties in to Zebec's positioning for real-time payroll rails ahead of Google's Google Cloud Universal Ledger. Google Cloud has a universal ledger. What is that? It's going to be the XRP ledger. Because who was right there from day one investing in Ripple? Google. Ripple has been a massive Google partner. Let me show you this other article here. Look at this headline. I like showing you guys this one. It's not a thing where people are like, oh, well, Google just invests in Ripple. They're not partners or anything. Okay. That's like the dumbest fucking shit people say. One of the dumbest fucking things. What does that article say right here that I just sent you? Google-backed payment company Ripple is in talks with NPCI, National Payments Corporation of India. This article is just 9 years old. 9 years old, that's all, not a big deal. Alrighty then. Let me click. We click out of unnecessary windows. Okay. So we know that Zebec is positioning itself for real-time payroll rails ahead of Google's Cloud Universal Ledger Layer 1 blockchain. I'll bet you maybe what happens is Google is going to integrate into Google Pay. Now, I'm just guessing. I have no idea. I wasn't there at the meeting with Simon and Google. I believe from the research that I did that Google is probably going to integrate Zebec's payroll because it's already partnered up with Stellar and Ripple. Oh, and we all know who all the Ripple partners are. Algorand, SealsQ, HBAR, and more. Cosmo SDK with the Ethereum virtual machine where Ripple worked with PeerSys, taking Cosmo SDK that somebody invented, which was Tendermint, and put that on the XRP ledger. Oh man, Crypto Hulk, I think you've cracked the nut open. This is Operation Nutcracker. So Google has something coming out. It's called the Google Cloud Universal Ledger. It's a layer 1 blockchain. It has a commercial launch targeted for 2026, everybody. Well, Crypto Hawk, that would be this year. Well, very good, Jimmy. Let me put a little star at the top of your paper because you're one of those special children, aren't you? Oh, yes, mommy says I'm special. Yeah, Jimmy sure is special. That's why he's 12 years old in kindergarten, which is designed as a neutral. This platform is a neutral Python smart contract platform. Oh, man. Starting to get a woody, aren't you? It's for financial institutions. Oh my God. With early pilots like the CME Group for tokenized assets and wholesale payments. Everybody, oh man, I'll tell you, you better get that fucking Zebec. You better have 1 million of those little bastards, okay? You better have 1 million of those little bastards running around at your house. Zebec already delivers live streaming payroll. Zebec holds a NACHA, N-A-C-H-A, a NACHA membership for $85 trillion ACH access. What? It has something called Deep NatPay integration. And it has what? A MasterCard Google Pay cards already. Making it a ready-made live use case all ready to go. That Zebec could just go bam and take right off, and you just missed out on buying 1 million of them for like $3,200. Don't be a loser. You need to be a wiener. That means winner. I was just saying that in my Latin American accent that's so often imitated but never quite duplicated like Crypto Hulk can. Who made this Zebec? Sam Tilapia. Think of tilapia, but tilapia with a lisp. It sounds like I have a lisp, and I don't. It's tilapia. Thapalia. Thapalia is the name. Sam Thapalia is the founder. He's Nepalese entrepreneur born in 1998 in Chitwan. He moved to Silicon Valley young, self-taught programmer. Fuck. Boy wonder genius, huh? Man, I couldn't even, man, when computers first came out, like I remember in 1983-ish, trying to learn computer programming on a Commodore VIC-20 in 8th grade. They were teaching us that in 7th, 8th grade, computer programming. And you do this go to 10. And then I don't remember. I hated that shit so much. They were trying to teach us how to program a computer. I got like a D in computer class because they didn't want to flunk me. I didn't know what the fuck. The teacher would give us instructions. I'm like, this looks like it's Chinese to me. What is this go to 10 shit? And man, fuck that. I'm not trying to learn all this stupid ass shit. Nowadays we got AI that can do that shit. Now I don't have to. He's motivated by traditional payroll delays after observing them in Nepal and the United States. Early crypto involvement, he raised $35 million from top-tier backers. Some past controversy and allegations around market structure involvement. Simon Babakani, Simon Babakani, co-founder. I guess that's his last name. Man, I couldn't pronounce that one. It took me, never mind. 10 years in private equity and advisory at Breyer Capital, Parthenon, Oliver Wyman, drives enterprise BD, institutional relationships. Went to XRP Las Vegas on stage and NatPay integration. There's some people that were involved here. I'm not going to read these names off, but these are industry people, like people that used to work at the London Stock Exchange, stuff like that. Expedia. Advisors. We have somebody named Lisa Robbins. She's a 37-year ADP veteran. She's an ex-chief financial officer, mid-market payroll, global money movement. You got a guy named George Stockert from Dun and Bradstreet. He's also ex-ADP. He also used to work for Brinks. You got somebody by the name of Tony Chivelis, Paybridge founder acquired by Zebec. We've got some other people in here, which I'm not going to go over. Okay. Zebec operates as a hybrid PayFi infrastructure layer. Blockchain native real-time streaming and direct TradeFi started as a Solana-based continuous settlement protocol. Then it evolved into a multi-chain, which is 20 chains and 150 tokens. Layer 3, Nautilus and Celestia DA with an EVM. Its focus on programmable stablecoin rails for payroll, subscription, and creator payouts. Simon B. Photo at the Google London. Okay, let's... Let's see here. Talks about their social media activity. The use case of Zebec is the core use case is real-time payroll streaming per second. Like you have a job and they're paying you every second. Didn't Ripple have a project called Coil, C-O-I-L? And where wasn't Ripple trying to do this thing? What if this project, they took and used the technology from Coil? I could be wrong, but I thought Coil was like instant streaming money for shit just like this. It's very interesting. Now, I'll tell you what, they are Ripple partners, so I would guess they're using some Coil technology. They won't even really probably want to admit that. Are you guys using Coil? Let me ask. That'll be question number 12. Is Zebec using Ripple Coil project from years ago? I think Coil was 2020. I don't know. They probably might not be able to answer that question. You know, you got non-disclosure agreements, right? So I'm sure they are. Let's look here. They launched on Solana in 2021. In 2024, they had a rebrand and an expansion to the network. They shifted from a single chain protocol to a full PayFi infrastructure with TradeFi gateways. So they're not, I don't know exactly how they left Solana. Remember, everything starts off with like Ethereum or Solana or something, then they move on to something that actually works. And the bridge, if we're talking about a bridge, it's probably going to be fucking Wormhole or Axelar. And then there could be a Stellar bridge. I'm not sure the Stellar bridge is called, I forgot the name of that thing. I forgot. I don't really pay attention to a lot of Stellar stuff. But Stellar has that bridge. You guys that are Stellar fans know what the Stellar bridge is called. I forgot at the moment. Nacha Payments. You got JP Morgan involved with this, Wells Fargo, Circle, ADP, NatPay, FedNow, MasterCard, Google Pay, Apple Pay. Oh, man, they're all involved in this. This Zebec is going to be fucking huge. Huge, everybody. If you're listening to Crypto Hawk right now, buy the fuck out of that shit. 1 million Zebecs is a Mando. Mando. They've got 250 clients, everybody. Zebec. Positions Zebec as the bridge for corporates wanting blockchain rails without ripping out existing HCM payroll stacks. Zebec can integrate into your current payroll system, and you won't have to destroy everything. You can just plug and play, okay? That's going to be math. That means the businesses can hook up. That means the price of Zebec can go sky high. High enough to where you'll see Crypto Hulk when I'm fully baking on all these drugs at the 36,000 foot level in the air. I'll be like, whoa, Zebec, what are you doing up here? Okay. That is the deep dive for the Zebec. Let me click out of that one. And that one. Let me check the comments here. Robert, thank you very much, Robert. Appreciate that. Robert Haber, 9,200. Huber, it's Haber. David Schwartz talked about getting paid by the second at XRP Las Vegas 2025. Wormhole. Water. I'm drinking water mixed with cocaine. Stellar teamed up with Zebec, you guys. You know this, though. That's a good teammate. Yeah. X Alt Moto upgraded the membership to the Crypto Hulk Millionaire Club. Oh, smart move. Now you get to strategize with Crypto Hulk. Some of you guys, they'll call me. Crypto Hulk, I've got these two cryptos or these three. Which one should I put 1,000 in? It's just shit like that. I don't have all the answers, and I'll tell them, I'm not going to tell you the answer. I'm going to show you what I would do, and we can discuss some of these cryptos to figure out which one do you really think is the best one. I'll give you evidence, and if one of those cryptos has really weak evidence, well, I can't tell you what to do, but if it was me, I'd throw that shit out the window. I'd only put money in the strongest cryptos with the most partnerships and stuff like that. Okay. Let me take a quick little peek here. Glad K-Ray says, glad I dove into this. Thanks, Hulk. Jane Zars. Jane Zars is here. Jane, you need to call me. Jane Zars, you need to call Crypto Hulk. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, next article, Seals Q. Oh, shit, that's HBAR right here. Let's do this one. Let us look at Seals Q. One of my favorite stocks. I do not own it. But Crypto Hulk, why don't you own it? Seals Q announces that Quantix selects the municipality of Murcia as the location for its semiconductor industrial project in the region. Oh, look what they're doing. Murcia, Spain. Murcia, Spain. Quantix is a company, Seals Q, a company that focuses on developing and selling semiconductors, PKI, and post-quantum technology hardware and software. Today announced that Quantix Edge Security has selected the municipality of Murcia as the location for its semiconductor design industrial center product in the region of Murcia, following the completion of a technical evaluation process in which 25 applications from 15 municipalities were assessed. Quantix would like to express its gratitude to all participating entities, highlighting the exceptionally high standard of the proposals submitted both in the initial phase and the final phase. The 8 finalist municipalities are Abaran, Alhama de Murcia, Alcantarilla, Caravaca, Cartagena, Ceuta, Jumila, and Murcia. Presented projects of outstanding quality requiring an especially thorough analysis and contributing to an extended final selection timeline. The region of Murcia's strong ability to attract and promote high value added industrial initiatives, consolidating its position as a competitive environment for the development of strategic technological projects. This is massive. In this context, Quantix identified a location that meets the necessary requirements to move forward confidently with the implementation of a strategic industrial infrastructure with an estimated investment of 40 million pounds or euros dedicated to design, testing, personalization, and security of semiconductors. This is going to cause Seals Q price in the future, not tomorrow or the next day. This is going to fucking go ballistic. Let me read here. Industrial land with sufficient capacity to accommodate an industrial infrastructure with scalability potential. Access to utilities and supplies consistent with the requirements of advanced technological facility. Optimal logistics and communication conditions for both the construction and future operations, a favorable technical, academic, and people that are talented. So it's not located in a region where there's a bunch of dumb fucks, okay, that can't read and write and do computer coding and all this shit and make these fucking microchips, okay? They've got to have a favorable technical, academic, and talent ecosystem that can support the project's development and promotional research and R&D directives. Quantix is a joint venture with SETT.ES, holding a 49% stake with Odin, ODIN capital S, and T Protege owning 25.5%, and Wise Key holding 25%. The venture includes the Murcia Odin spinoff from the University of Murcia, the Switzerland-based Wise Key and subsidiary, the majority France-based Seals Q. Why Why do you think France is involved in this? Because the French own the XRP Ledger Foundation, everybody. I bet you didn't know that one. Now, if you're a Crypto Hulk fan, you're very well familiar with this. But isn't it how interesting how Seals Q is hooked up with HBAR? HBAR is hooked up with Ripple, and the French, here's your article here, go to the fourth paragraph down. The XRP Ledger Foundation will operate under French law, with the Paris Court of Appeals having exclusive jurisdictions. Ta-da! Bet you didn't know that one. Ripple never really wants to talk about that one. Because then you'd be like, well, how did France? Now, Ripple's first bank was Fedor Bank. Guess who owns that? France. Okay, just thought I'd put that one out there too. Not a big deal. Nothing quiet going around. Nothing conspiracy at all going around there. I think that article's done. Yeah. Where are we at as far as time? Up 4 minutes. Son of bitch. I think I will end that right there. Do we know that Seal HTS is, I don't know anything about that coin. Timbo said, got kicked off by YT and now he's back. Hulk, don't you have Seal HTS? I sold off. When I sold it off, I had like $1,000 worth of Seal HTS. I think at one point it was worth like $5,000 or $6,000, and I sold off $5,000 and kept $1,000 of it. So that's what I have of it. And right now it's probably worth like $50. It's 50 cents and has no liquidity. Yeah, I don't know. We don't even talk about that one. It's just, I made my money on it. And that was it. Kita. What about the Kita token? Kita token. Well, if you remember, you could ask me, call me up, and we can talk about it after the show. That's for show. I got to go. I very well possibly will have an AM show. I'm not for certain now. I got to drink some ice water and call some $500 people, and if I have time, I can put a show together, and if I don't have any time, then I can't. But I always have time for hardcore street drugs. I'll see you all in the next one.